Hey guys, Jonathan here, and today I've got the LEGO Avengers Age of Ultron Quinjet, which is an August 1st, 2025 set, but I actually found it early at Target earlier today. I actually found several sets early, including the Endgame Final Battle, Oscorp, and the Going Merry, and I actually already have a review up of the Iron Man Hammer drone, so I gotta get all these built and reviewed as fast as I can, but I've got a lot of requests for this one, and I'm excited to show it to you guys. Now, this has 1,131 pieces and a price tag of 130 bucks. Not too far off the mark, to be honest, but with 5 minifigs and only 2 of them being exclusive, it does kind of make you scratch your head a bit, but that brand new Ultron and Quicksilver, man oh man is there a lot to talk about. Like I said, this comes out August 1st, and I actually have a link down below that's a pre-order affiliate link, so if you are planning on getting this through LEGO and you could pre-order it using that, it does help support the channel, so check that link out, and in the meantime, let's start breaking this down. So the best place to start is by taking a look at the overall set and what all is included here. Of course, like lots of other modern Marvel ship sets, we do get a very nice brick-built stand to display the Quinjet on top of. Up front, we actually have room to put all the minifigures, some of them like off flying to the side, and the Quinjet can be turned on there. It's very sturdy. It's definitely not going anywhere, so that's very nice. And then as we move down here to take a look at the minifigure area, it is kind of fascinating to me. If you look at how the studs are placed, you actually can't like use them all because the figures kind of overlap with their accessories, so you do have to kind of be a little strategic about how you space them out. And then, of course, there's some Technic here with those J-hooks for Iron Man and Ultron to be flying off to the side, which does look pretty cool. And Black Widow's motorcycle, of course, clips onto that J-hook, or I guess the stud just kind of attaches is a better way to word it. And when we flip it around, there's actually more studs on the back if you wanted to display figures from the back or something, but overall, I just kind of wish that this part wasn't a minifig base. You know, there's plenty of room in the Quinjet to put the figures in there. I guess it's better than just letting that space be used for nothing, but overall, I don't really feel that it works out well, because like I said, you kind of have to position the figures like so that they don't overlap with each other, so that you can see the full thing. That being said, there's a lot to talk about with the Quinjet, but next, let's look at those minifigs. Now, we'll start off by taking a look at Black Widow, and I have some serious problems with this minifigure. First and foremost, we currently in sets have an Age of Ultron Black Widow, yet LEGO deliberately chose to use this version, which is from the first Avengers movie, which, again, if we didn't have the Age of Ultron Black Widow currently in sets, I could almost be like, well, I get that, but since that's the case, I really don't understand it at all. That being said, it's still a nice figure. It's got those legs that were used in Avengers Tower, but they've been used in so many other places at this point. It's hard to keep getting excited about the fact that those legs debuted in Avengers Tower. They're more common in other sets. And we actually get a motorcycle for Black Widow as well. There are stickers on the side, as you can see, and, you know, it's just a regular old motorcycle. It's kind of nice because she does have that great scene in the movie during the city chase with this, and it does throw back to that original 2015 version of this set of the Quinjet, which had a feature that has this. I'll make mention of that a little later in the video, but that's Black Widow. We also get an Iron Man. This is the same Age of Ultron Iron Man we've been getting since last year's Summer Wave. It's a great figure, don't get me wrong, but it's come in so many sets at this point, it's hard to be excited about it. It does, of course, have the power blasts for his hands and feet, and then, of course, we get a 1x2 with holes, so we could connect it to the display stand, as you can see. And just like every Iron Man, the mask lifts up, and we have an HUD face for Tony on the other side. Still a cool minifigure, don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, not the best thing here. Now, here we have Age of Ultron Hawkeye. He also came in the Age of Ultron set from quite some time ago that was like the slow-mo scene. So it's not a new minifigure, but it is nice to get him in something else in case he didn't want to get that set. But honestly, for the money comparison, I think I'd probably like the other set better in terms of minifigs, because, again, you got every main Avenger in that set, which I don't know if it's ever happened in any other set aside from that in Avengers Tower. That being said, this is a very nice minifigure with the leg printing, the toe printing, the hip printing, the torso print. The head, I'm very confused why they keep going with just that generic Star Wars head for this, but it is still a great minifig overall. I just wish the head wasn't quite as generic, and I don't really know what you could have, you know, changed to Hawkeye other than maybe arm printing, but in LEGO Marvel, yeah, right. So here we have Ultron, of course, his MCU Ultimate Ultron version from the movie, and we haven't gotten a version of this Ultron since 2015. Like Iron Man, he comes with those pieces to stand on for him to fly, but I actually want to take him off of that piece and put him next to the original 2015 Ultron so that you can see how much he's evolved over the years. Still a great minifigure, but both approaches are very different. Now, the one on the left is the 2025 one, obviously, and the one on the right is from 10 years ago, so it's crazy to see how much has changed in 10 years. I honestly believe that the original Lego version was based more off of concept art than the final image, so there's no doubt that the new one is more accurate to the film. But there is a certain charm that I really like about the original. The original really feels like a perfect blend between comic books and the MCU, whereas the 2025 one is a great take on the MCU. Now, I know we're all curious, what does this look like? I'm doing this for the first time. Okay, that is pretty cool. I like that a lot. Now, I don't know if I like it more than the way it, just comes straight out of the box, but it does look pretty awesome. So I think that the new minifig is an upgrade in all ways around, but honestly, I could understand why people would love one or the other. It's nostalgia, it's progression. Oh gosh, it's just so cool to finally have two of these, and I love them. Now that, of course, brings us to Quicksilver, which along with Ultron is probably the most hyped figure in this set. We only have ever gotten one Quicksilver before this one, and it was the 2015 one. I'll go ahead and put the 2015 one over here on the left for a comparison, and, gosh, I really, really want to love everything about the new one because it is new, it's accessible, but I don't honestly know if I love it more than the 2015 one. The head used here, I feel, looks absolutely nothing like Aaron Taylor Johnson, whereas the original one, I at least feel, went for the likeness a little better. I do probably like the hairpiece used more here. In fact, it's very, very accurate for the comic book version of Quicksilver, and I think that the torso works really well, too, when I see them side by side. In fact, the torso does definitively look better. The first one looks a lot more cartoony and comic booky, so now that I see them side by side, maybe the new one is weighing on me a little better and winning, moving up the scale, but I don't know. I think that I wish there was some way to blend the two. Oh, wait, there is. So let's remove this head off of this one. Let's put this head onto this one and see what this looks like. Yeah, I think that that's the move. I mean, obviously, Lego couldn't have gone back in time and resurrected this head, but that does look so much better if you ask me. I'm curious what you guys think. Now, there is one more thing to talk about when it comes to Quicksilver, of course, and that is the alternate side to his head. I didn't show you both expressions, so oops, wrong hair. So I might as well go ahead and do that. But yeah, I love this figure. I think the torso is great, but there's just something about that face that detracts so many points that I can't go crazy about this figure. So, yeah, I'm curious what you guys think. Let me know in the comments. That being said, let's move into the set now. All right, so for the Quinjet itself, it's a very solid build, and I really love the way that the shaping is done on the wings. We do use some interesting clip techniques here, but from a distance, this thing is absolutely amazing, and it's pretty cool from up close, too. As you can see, there are a pretty decent amount of stickers on this one, but nothing too terribly alarming, and it does add character everywhere it goes. Now, both wings actually fold up like this for landing mode, I presume, which is kind of nice that we get a little posability with the ship, so to speak, and then, of course, those flip all the way down, and the way that the and the way that the hinges are done, they actually kind of like fall into a specific shape, which is cool. Now, as we move it around back, there's some great detailing in the back as well. Some very interesting off-pink colors used beneath those cheese slopes there to give a very interesting look to the jets. Now, we do have an interior that opens by way of this walk ramp on the back, and then, of course, the top opens up, and then this entire front cockpit piece lifts off, and the windscreen here is actually printed, which is so nice, and I couldn't quite tell that from the box, so getting the printed windscreen is awesome. Now, up front, we have a pilot seat where one Avenger can sit, and as you can see, we've got a little targeting system sticker there. Then, as we move into the back, we have some stickers on the side, including an Ultron alert, and on the other side, some Quinjet diagnostics. Now, looking from the top down, you can see we've got two more Avenger seats in here. So technically, this can comfortably seat 3 Avengers, but there are some but there is some empty space in the back where you could kind of put some, extra cargo or something. And then, of course, we have that walk ramp on the back that can close up. And we can actually open that up, and you could see that we could technically fit Black Widow's bike on the back. I don't necessarily know if that's a planned feature or not, but it is kind of nice that that fits. It kind of pays homage to the old one that had like that Black Widow drop feature with the bike. But we do have some storage on the side. As you can see, Black Widow's batons can be clipped into place and Hawkeye's bow. But as far as the interior is concerned, the only thing that kind of annoys me about this is, to me, with this Quinjet, one of the most iconic scenes using it is when Hulk is sending himself off planet and he's sitting up here. I kind of wish we would have gotten a minifig scale Hulk from Age of Ultron, because we've only ever gotten one, and it was in a Toys R Us exclusive polybag from years ago. So, I don't know, what do you guys think? I think the minifig selection here isn't bad by any stretch of the imagination, but rather than yet another Iron Man, which we've gotten so many of over the years, I think it would have been cool to have Hulk here. But I'm curious what you guys think, and we'll go ahead and round this video out and call it a day. Alright guys, let me know what you think of this set. I do think it's one of the better Quinjets from over the years, but that 2012 Quinjet is just still so special to me. I've got comparisons coming up, more minifig breakdowns, and of course all those other sets I mentioned that I found early that I got to get built and reviewed, so there's lots to talk about and no time to waste. So I'll see you guys on the next video, and until next time, build on.